The second stock today I'm going to discuss about is a Federal Bank. Federal Bank was founded in 1931 as Travancore Federal Bank Limited. It was one of the first banks in India to incorporate under the Travancore Companies Act. The bank started out as a small local bank, but it grew steadily over the years. In 1949, the bank was renamed Federal Bank Limited. In 1950s and 1960s, Federal Bank expanded its operations to other parts of Kerala. The bank also started to offer a wider range of banking products and services. In 1970, the Federal Bank became a scheduled commercial bank. This meant that the bank was now eligible to receive deposits from Reserve Bank of India. In the 1980s and 1990s, Federal Bank continued to grow and expand. The bank opened branches in other parts of India, and it also started to offer international banking services. In 1994, Federal Bank launched its initial public offering. This allowed the bank to raise capital and expand its operations even further. In the 2000s and 2010s, Federal Bank has continued to grow and become one of the leading private banks in India. The bank has a strong customer base and it offers a wide range of banking products and services. Federal Bank is also one of the most technologically advanced banks in India. So before getting into the details of Federal Bank's growth and performance, just let's discuss about its past, the things which went wrong with the Federal Bank. In 1991, Federal Bank's net profit declined from 400 million in 1991 to 200 million in 1992. This was due to the economic recession in India during this period. And during the same period, Federal Bank also faced multiple problems. The second one is about non-performing assets. During this same time, its NPS increased from 2.5% to 4.5% in 1992. This was also the same recent economic recession. Apart from that, in the same year, Federal Bank has to close almost 10 branches. This was due to the economic recession in India, which led to a decline in demand for banking services. Federal Bank was able to overcome these challenges and continued to grow and expand. However, these challenges did have a negative impact on the bank's financial performance in that particular short term. In addition to the challenges we discussed earlier, Federal Bank has also faced other challenges such as competition from other banks. Indian bank is very competitive and Federal Bank has faced competition from other banks, both domestic and foreign. In the second thing is about technology challenges. When the technology boom happened during that part of time, Federal Bank has to invest in technology in order to keep up with changing financial landscape. This has been challenged, but bank has been able to overcome it. The third key point was regulatory challenges. Indian government has implemented a number of regulations in that particular years, which has made it more difficult for the banks to operate. So Federal Bank has had to comply with these regulations, which has been a challenge during those part of time. So now let's see what went right for Federal Bank in the past, and it is able to generate its growth. From the total assets point of view, Federal Bank's total assets have grown from 11.3 billion in 1994 to 1.6 trillion in 2023. This represents a compound annual growth rate of CAGR of 22%. That is a huge number. The second is net profit. Federal Bank's net profit has grown from 100 million in 1994 to 2.4 billion in 2023. This represents a CAGR of 20%. And the branches which expanded from 100 branches in 1994 to 4,500 branches in 2023. Talking about the customers, Federal Bank customer base has grown from 1 million customer in 1994 to 15 million customers in 2023. These are just a few examples of how Federal Bank has been successful. The bank has strong track record of growing profitability, and it has a large and growing customer base. So these factors are all indicative of a successful bank. And in addition to this, there are a number of other factors that have contributed to the Federal Bank's success. Few are, I would say, so strong management team. When we're talking about a strong management team, they have a deep understanding of the banking industry. The team has been able to make strategic decisions that have helped the bank grow and succeed. And Federal Bank has a clear vision for the future. The bank is committed to providing world-class banking solutions to its customers, and it's also committed to creating a long-term value for its stakeholders. Federal Bank has been able to adapt to the changing financial landscape. Bank has been able to offer innovative products and services to its customers. It has also been able to expand its branch network to new markets. When we delve details about vision and goal of Federal Bank, its first thing is, core thing is customer satisfaction. Federal Bank has customer satisfaction score of 85%. So this is higher than the industry average of 75%. And the second key thing is its innovation part. Federal Bank has launched its number of innovative products in recent years, such as its mobile banking app and its online trading platform. The third key point about it has consistently reported strong financial performance. The bank's net profit has grown at a CAGR of 20% over the past 5 years, which shows a very strong growth potential of this bank. The Fourth element is about its stakeholder value. Federal Bank stakeholders have benefited from the bank's strong financial performance. The bank's share price has increased by 50% over the past 5 years. So these are just a few examples of how Federal Bank is working towards its vision and goal. The bank is committed to providing world-class banking solutions to its customers, and it is also committed to creating a long-term value for its stakeholders. And I just want to share some of its specific targets, which by itself setting for its growth. The one is by 2025, it wants to increase its customer base to 20 million, and also it wants to grow its assets to 2 trillion by 2025. The third thing is it wants to achieve a net profit of 3 billion by 2025. So Federal Bank is confident that it can achieve these targets. The bank has a strong management team, clear vision and a track record of success, continued hard work and dedication. Federal Bank is well positioned to become the most preferred banking partner for its customers. So when I talking about the customers, Federal Bank has three set of targeted customers. The first one is the retail customers. So Federal Bank has over 15 million retail customers. So these customers are located all over India and they come from a variety of backgrounds. The second one, the key target is with corporate customers. Federal Bank has over 100,000 corporate customers. These customers include large corporations, small and medium-sized enterprises, and government entities. And the key thing about Federal Bank is their international customers. So Federal Bank has a growing international customer base. The bank has branches in the Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Since it's a Kerala-based bank, so there are many people being moved around, located in Middle East, and so that's the revenue it carries from international banks. In addition to the details we discussed, Federal Bank's customer base is also diverse in terms of its needs. The bank offers a wide range of products and services to meet the needs of its diverse customer base. Here are some specific examples for the products and services that Federal Bank offers its customers. So one is a retail banking. So Federal Bank offers variety of retail banking products and services such as savings accounts, checking accounts, loans and credit cards. And the second, for the corporate banking, Federal Bank offers a variety of corporate banking products and services such as trade finance, treasury services, and project finance. The key thing is for the international banking, Federal Bank offers a variety of international banking products and services such as foreign exchange, remittance, and trade finance. Federal Bank is committed to providing its customers with the products and services they need to succeed. The bank is confident that its diverse customer base will continue to grow in the coming years. The next key point to discuss about, since it's a banking and finance sectors, the key things we need to discuss is CASA ratio and the NPA. So CASA stands for current account saving account. It is a type of bank account that allows customers to deposit and withdraw funds, make transactions and earn interest on deposits. So CASA deposits are considered to be the cheapest and most stable source for funds for banks. So this is because CASA deposits are typically held by retail customers who have a high level of liquidity. A high CASA ratio is seen as a sign of financial strength for banks. This is because it means that the bank has a large pool of stable deposits that it can use to fund its lending activities, getting the money from the retailers and lending for the corporate or other people with a high interest rate. The second point is about NPA. So NPA stands for non-performing assets. It is a loan that has been classified as a non-performing by the bank. This means that the borrower has not made any payments on the loan for a specified period of a time. So NPAs are a major problem for banks because they can lead to losses. You know the history is about a lot of scams happen with the banks. So those are considered as an NPA. If it's a public sector banks, government will waive that out and they'll clear the accounts. But in private sector banks, it's very dangerous because it has to take its own decisions. So a high NPA ratio is seen as a sign of financial weakness for banks. So this is because it means that the bank has a large amount of loans that are not being repaid. So looking at the key ratios from the Federal Bank, the first one is operating profit margin, which is 22.9%. The net profit margin is 18.6%. Its return on equity is 15.7%, and return on ROC is 5.91%, and debt to equity is 10.8%. As is a banking sector, we don't need to worry about the debt to equity ratio. And its book value is 138.82 and its PEG ratio is 0.86, which is less than 1. So normally 1 is the fair value. If it is more than 1, so when the PEG ratio is less than 1, which means it is trading below its fair value. So just you need to take a look at why it is trading at the less than 1 value and understand why it is. But considering all its performance, Federal Bank is performing way better than other banks and it is really undervalued and we can consider for investing. Last point is PE ratio, which is 9.33, and again which is lesser than its peers, and it is clearly shows it is trading at a lower price. I want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Your incredible support, thoughtful comments, and engaging discussions are what make this channel so special for me. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos on mindful investing and financial well-being.